All right, you guys, we got another Tom MacDonald reaction, man. So will he be responding to Ryan Upchurch? Nah, based on the time frame. Yeah, we got this one. This is The Machine, okay? So I believe with this title, he's probably going to be addressing the system. So probably piggybacking off into that System song that he did a few, maybe a year or so ago. I can't remember. But with that being said, let's get it.
I am not Republican, I am not a liberal. Why the hell can't I just be American without getting political? The system gon' suppress us all, they don't care about the cost. How's this a democracy when we got communists in charge? Cancel culture Nazis, all they're missing is the swastikas. Honestly, this is a psychological holocaust. Pumping propaganda through the screen and straight into your brain. You ain't on a plantation, but you definitely still a slave. Race theory is indoctrinating children. Tell blacks they're disadvantaged, tell whites they got white privilege. What a brilliant way to reinforce division. If whites believe they have it easy, they will never help you fight the system. And now they burning books in untraditional ways. They just traded newspapers for the digital age. Now the facts can be deleted with no physical flames. They just change the information and the truth gets erased.
Interesting. I like that. I like the way he ended that with those last two bars. So let me go through this verse because there's a lot to unpack, and I ain't want to just keep stopping it bar by bar. So we got, I am not Republican. I am not a liberal. Why the hell can't I just be American without getting political? I think he's just trying to tell us where he stands right there. He's trying to tell us where he stands. Also, I believe in the last few songs, even before this one, like the theme of most of those tracks were political too. So he said, the system gonna suppress us all. They don't care about the cost. How's this a democracy when the communists in charge? So he basically telling you who is the real enemy of the division that we have today. So now he says cancel culture, Nazis, all they missing is the swastikas. Honestly, this is a psychological holocaust. I like the way he kind of set that last bar up by identifying like what cancel culture truly represents. And so he kind of led that into being a holocaust psychologically. Even based on some of that, man, like if you think about the Dark Ages from 500 to 1500 AD, there was like a suppression of information. And I think a lot of what this world has been going through in the last 2,000 years is like a kind of like a revisionist type of history thing where people are claiming to be something that they're not. Now, I'm not going to say who. Okay, so, but you see a lot of suppression of information. There's big history about libraries burning, like the last bar he was talking about. There's histories of information going missing. There's visionist history, like he talked about in the digital, you know, it could be erased without the flame, like that. So then he said, pumping propaganda through the screen straight into your brain. You ain't on a plantation, but you definitely still a slave. I don't know. Was he? You can definitely contrast what we going through as sort of being a type of plantation, but not the plantation that black folks went through. You definitely still a slave. We can identify that by the workload that we carry, our diets, all that stuff. Anyway, race theory is indoctrinating children. Tell blacks they're disadvantaged. Tell whites they got white privilege. So he's kind of expounding on what race theory is. And then what a brilliant way to reinforce division. So he's reminding us that this is divisionist history. Is that a new word? Did I just make up a new word? I don't. When we talking about history, history needs to be completely unbiased. Tell the story for what it is. Tell the story for what happened. You know what I'm saying? And that's the information that's being suppressed. The real history. You know what I'm saying? Like what we know history. We know slavery from the history of America, but we don't know history. We don't know slavery from the perspective of an African. You know what I mean? Or we don't know history from the perspective of the Indians. You know what I'm saying? We can't build a proper balanced perspective without having all those angles. If we only know one angle, our vision is narrow-minded. You know what I mean? So say if whites believe that they have it easy, they'll never help you fight the system. Kind of, I see what he's saying with that. I see what he's saying. And now they're burning books in non-traditional ways and just traded for newspapers for the digital age. Now the facts can be deleted with no physical flames. I like those last 4 bars. Them probably the best 4 bars so far in the song. But let's go. I've been talking long enough.
They keep screaming to wake up, but they're all woke, not awake. We know the system has failed us and all the media's fake. I swear the government hates us. Having opinions is dangerous. The system built to enslave us only works if we're afraid.
The way that hook sound, I like the way that hook is mixed down, man. I'm gonna hear it again. It's a part of this hook I'm gonna address at the end of the song too.
I am not a liberal, progressive and traditional, or hitman hired to kill the individual. They label people red or blue, divide us, they don't ever help. They want you thinking left or right, so you ain't thinking for yourself. Go ahead and vote, cause both the parties are the same side. 2 teams, 1 coach, controlled by the same guys. Left wing, right wing, both help the same bird fly. Brainwashing everybody at the same time. The internet was once a place that we could get our facts from. Now it's been monopolized, it's Google or it's Amazon. Who fact checking the fact checkers? I can answer that one. The people who control the narratives through the platforms. Let me break this down for you, simple as I can, Kate. They use social conditioning to put you in the rat race. It doesn't matter if you're first or third or if you're last place, you're still a rat, and they're the cats who kill you so you can't escape.
Interesting. I like how he led into that verse right there. He said, I'm not Republican, I'm not liberal. Progressive and traditional are hitmen hired to kill the individual. For anybody that wants to like kind of rise up and be a leader, those people are taken out. We've seen assassinations in this country, so yeah. They label people red or blue, dividers. They don't ever help. They don't want you thinking left or right. You ain't thinking for yourself. Pretty self-explanatory. Go ahead and vote because both are the parties on the same side. 2 teams, 1 coach, controlled by the same guys. Yeah, I get what he's saying. Left wing, right wing, both help the same bird fly. Take notes, what he's saying. Brainwashing everybody at the same time. That's probably a big 4-bar piece right there. You guys, you really need to take note of right there. Even though structurally, lyrically, like it's kind of saying the same thing for 4 lines in a row. But he's just breaking that down. The internet was once the place we can get our facts from. Now it's been monopolized, Google or it's Amazon. Who's fact checking the fact checkers? I can answer that one. The people who control the narratives on the platforms, through the platforms. Let me break this down for you, simple as I can, K. They use social conditioning to put you in the rat race. Doesn't matter if you're first, third, or if you're last place. There's still a rat in the cats who kill you so you can't escape. That verse was pretty straightforward, you know. But the fact checking, the fact checkers, we all saw what happened in 2020, right? No need to explain, okay?
Keep screaming to wake up, but they're all woke, not awake. We know the system has failed us and all the media's fake. I swear the government hates us. Having opinions is dangerous. The system built to enslave us only works if we're afraid. I am not Republican, I am not a liberal. I am just a man who knows they're scared of a nation that's thinking critical. They kill us or they lock us up for nothing like we're criminals. Divide us cause they know that unified we are invincible. Questioning the government's agenda is controversial, but promoting guns and liquor in our music is commercial. They're confusing us with pronouns they made up to make us triggered. You can call me what you want, but just don't call me late for dinner. School teaches you to learn and never teaches you to think. So you absorb misinformation, then you practice what they preach. You ain't free, can't you see that's how they want you to act? That's called conforming to the norm, you don't need freedom for that. I'm not Republican or liberal or left-wing or right-leaning. I took the red pills cause that's who's fighting for my freedoms. And you don't need to choose to be accepted, they both fake teams. Evil runs the world now like hell ain't got no vacancy.
Very strong last verse. Very strong last verse. Very powerful, very passionate last verse. Rarely, I think this is one of the first times I've ever seen a Tom MacDonald video with a third verse. But shout out to Tom for that one, man. But I think it's all pretty self-explanatory, man. He said, I'm just a man who knows is scared of a nation that's thinking critical. They divide us or lock us up. So you still got that whole divide us narrative going on throughout his verses. Divide us because they know that unified we're invincible. True. Questioning the government's agenda is controversial, but promoting liquor and guns in our music is commercial. And he said it the way that, like, really? How does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? He said they're confusing us with pronouns to make us, they made up to make us triggered. You can call me what you want, but just don't call me late for dinner. Okay. I feel like that line, I'll be honest, like from a writing point of view, I don't know what to think about that line, but school teaches you to learn and never teaches you to think. You absorb misinformation, then you practice what they preach. They're pretty much putting you in the rat wheel, you know what I'm saying? Going through school from K to 12th grade, man, what are you learning? What are you learning? And any teachers that go out the curriculum, they go get fired, right? Cool. You ain't free, can't you see? That's how they want you to act. They call you conforming to the norm. You don't need freedom for that. I'm not Republican or liberal or left wing or right leaning. I took the red pill because that's fighting for our freedoms. Oh, you red pill? You took the red pill? You manosphere time? Let me stop. And you need to choose to be accepted. They build fake teams. Even runs the world like hell got no vacancy. All right, I like that. Let's go.
Keep screaming to wake up, but they're all woke, not awake. We know the system has failed us and all the media's fake. I swear the government hates us. Having opinions is dangerous. The system built to enslave us only works if we're afraid.
Interesting. Good video, Tom. I like the message. I like the message. It's kind of on that same wavelength of your last few videos. I think you dove a little bit deeper into the political narratives. You kind of was scratching on the surface with a lot of the other songs, but this one you went into the fire, so to speak, man. I think this is when you're going into this direction, man, and you being somebody that's a truth seeker or somebody that exposes what's going on, man, you gotta keep. In order to keep the public's attention, man, you got to be seen as like a credible figure in that. You know what I'm saying? So when Tom MacDonald makes another song like The Machine, then he needs to dive deeper. What do you know now? What did you find out? And that's what everybody's coming back for. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, shout out to Tom for making this one, man. Shout out to Nova for the video. I'm going to catch you. Let me see if anything else at the end. Okay, nothing. But yeah, I like this one. But post your comments down in the video. I'm gonna catch you guys at another one. All right, peace.